high ground. Some aren't sure what to do.
Well, it's a precautionary measure, but I mean, you never know. This town has a lot of history with tsunamis and a lot of death from it, so they're taking it pretty seriously, obviously.
The warning saves the lives of some.
Here it comes!
The tsunami easily breaches the coastal defenses. Miyako's high walls are useless. The tsunami is 30 feet high. So why did the 30-foot-high walls fail? Data from thousands of sensors along the coastline suggest a stunning answer.
The fact that the shoreline has actually subsided means that the sea had plenty of space to go, and it basically filled up the empty space left by the sinking. Several villages have just been completely ruined with no survivors, and the human death toll is obviously going to be up in the tens of thousands when the final count is in.
The earthquake causes the whole coastline to drop by up to 3 feet, lowering Miyako's walls and making the tsunami much worse. All along the coast, this sudden drop in the height of the land puts towns in danger.
You've got the tsunami wave coming in, on top of what would be essentially a 2-meter higher vacuum of subsided land as it sweeps in, and there's not much to stop it until it hits higher ground somewhere.
Fukushima's shut-down nuclear power plant is exposed. There is an 18-foot-high defense wall, but the ground has sunk several feet. The wave smashes over the wall and floods the diesel generators cooling the reactor cores.
Japan, as part of its normal defenses against tsunamis, has along its shoreline a tsunami wall, and this wave of water was several times that height and just blew right past it.
If the coastline goes down, so do all their power intakes, and if they have a gigantic wave coming at them, it's going to short out everything electrical.
Backup batteries take over to keep the pumps going. Batteries with just an 8-hour charge. The tsunami's destructive march inland overwhelms seawalls, erases whole towns, and sets Japan on the path to a nuclear crisis. And it isn't over yet. Now, all that water pulls back out to sea.
Huge suction as the wave retreats and drags the debris it's created on the way in, the cars, the lorries, the buses, the trains, the buildings, the people. And so they're sucked back out into the ocean.
From miles offshore, the ocean is a churning mass of currents. Huge whirlpools form. Boats like this are no match for its power.
Sadly, I think many thousands of people would have been dragged out to sea. And I suspect, tragically, we're going to find bodies washing up along the coast of Japan for some months to come.
During the night, fires rage across the wasteland. Oil from factories and natural gas from ruptured lines set hundreds of square miles of debris on fire. In Tokyo, the train system is paralyzed. Millions sleep in offices and wait for dawn. 8 hours after the quake, the tsunami wave continues to spread across the ocean. Countries all around the Pacific Rim watch nervously. In Hawaii, the Tsunami Warning Center is on full alert.
Very quickly we realized that this was basically the first big ocean crossing tsunami that had happened in 40 years.
Will the tsunami hit Hawaii? If so, when? And how big will it be? Readings from deep ocean sensors suggest the wave is up to 3 feet high.
Now that is monstrous on the deep ocean for a tsunami to be that big. And at that point we went to a Pacific-wide warning, which means another message, and now lots and lots of phone calls.
State warning point. This is the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center.
Hawaii issues an evacuation alert. People head for higher ground. The wave hits Hawaii. As predicted, it's 3 feet high. For more than an hour, it surges over the islands.
Whoa! Gosh, that is big. That is absolutely massive. Just lost my shoes. This is coming straight over the wall onto the main road. That is absolutely unbelievable. Here it comes again. Pouring over the wall. You can see a car making a run for it out there. I'm completely stranded now between the wall and the road.
There is tens of millions of dollars in damage. The wave pulls cars and houses out to sea. Hawaii's early warning system gives people time to get away from the coast. Here, unlike Japan, no one loses their life.
So the warning system works incredibly well. But obviously, if the event happens literally on your back doorstep, then no warning system that could ever be conceived could be quick enough.
Tsunamis are simply unstoppable, but they can be tracked. The Hawaii Warning Team monitors the Japan tsunami across the Pacific.
We couldn't let our guard down because, of course, the tsunami has continued on, and we have a continuing responsibility to the rest of the Pacific.
The scientists effectively warn the world.
As the tsunami spread across the ocean, at location after location, we realized, our predictions are pretty darn good.
Japan's tsunami surges toward the U.S., its power diminishing with every passing mile.
There's a very intensive wave, but as it spreads out, that energy is being distributed along a bigger and bigger circumference.
10 hours later and over 5,000 miles from the quake, the tsunami, now smaller and weaker, finally hits California. The wave still creates havoc along the coast.
There, certain parts of the coast focused the wave. So although it was only 1 meter in Hawaii, it actually became 2 meters in places like Crescent City in California. And again, because people were warned, there was very little destruction or damage, certainly to human life. One person did lose their life in California, north of Crescent Bay, because they rushed down to the beach to take photos of the tsunami as it came in.
Back in Japan, the crisis continues to escalate. Different locations suffer different effects. Veteran journalist Callum McRae sets off along the coast to discover how far-reaching the tsunami's damage is. This is the isolated mountain community of Kahoku.